and welcome back to another episode of Single Sounds. I am your host, Katie Mack, and this is the only podcast that helps its listeners find a date. I interview the singles, and you can listen and write in if you like the sound of them. I might shed a little tear, as this is the last single of London I will be interviewing for a while. As I said in the last episode, I've got a new, very exciting role in audio, and I need to take a break to focus on that and figure out where I can fit the podcast into my new schedule. So the podcast is going to go on a hiatus. I think ideally I'd like to bring it back in seasons, but what that looks like and if that's achievable with everyone's relationship statuses changing quite quickly from recording to release date, I don't know if that's possible. So give me some time. I'm going to look into it, figure it out, and hopefully be back in your ears in the future. To commiserate the podcast saying farewell for a bit, I am doing a live show, and my final one, next Wednesday on the 24th of July. So we've got 1 week until the show. Tickets are still available. You can get them in the show notes and link in bio on my socials. At Single Sounds on Instagram is the easiest place to find that. So this will be your last opportunity for a while to come say hi, meet other people in the Single Sounds community, and also to put yourself out there in new situations, new dating spaces, to try and shake up your dating life. I would highly recommend. And this week's single is a perfect episode to end on. Her energy is so infectious. She's looking for an extrovert, as she is the definition of fun in my books, and she wants to find someone to share this fun with. She is an American who lives in the UK and has a current addiction to saying cheers mate, which is just hilarious. She's very self-aware and knows she is incapable of not sending a drunk text when she's on a night out. We had a lot of things in common, from solo cinema dates to being on a journey with our chefing. She's fully embraced the British culture by becoming a beer girly, and she is notorious for losing every battle but seemingly winning every war. She loves a lot of spice on her food and has a lot of love to give, so I know you'll all really enjoy this episode. Hi, welcome to Single Sounds.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Happy you're here. Let's start with your profile, your who, what, where. So okay. First question is, who are you sexually attracted to?
Men.
Nice.
That's
it.
Men.
And what are you looking for? Your favorite question?
I love this question. Yes. I think I'm looking for a man in finance.
Yeah, fair.
Sorry, no copyright. I think I'm looking for a short king.
Oh, nice. We love that.
Because I'm 5 feet tall.
Yeah,
so,
you don't have to be fussy.
Yeah, unlike anyone that's
jealous.
6 feet, I usually swipe left on. Anyways,
that's maybe so good for you.
Yeah, I'm like, actually, I think I'm winning in this category.
Yeah.
Because everybody's swiping left on the 5'8".
Yeah.
Me. So I'm looking for maybe like 5'8"-ish.
Yeah.
Maybe around that. Yeah, try not to go too tall. And maybe an extrovert, I would say.
Yeah. Got a lot of energy yourself.
Short king, 5'8", extrovert.
Yeah, we nearly got a song.
A new song.
How about like age range?
I would say like, well, I'm 27, so I don't really want to go younger. Maybe like,
yeah, that's fair.
26 to like 34-ish.
Yeah. And then I'm going to make you say it. What kind of relationship are you looking for?
I feel so nervous. I think I'm looking for a serious relationship. Like, serious, long-term. Like, I don't want like a fuck buddy. Like, I'm dating with intention.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my new answer to that question.
Yeah. We were talking about before how she hates that question on dates because it just makes it awkward.
Yeah, I'm like, aren't we all looking for the same thing anyways?
Honestly, I get some weird answers.
Really?
Yeah, I do. And that's when I'm like, this is...
Has anybody come on here and say they're like just looking for a fuck buddy or something like that?
Yeah, some people have just said casual, which is fine. But like, it's when I'm in person and I'm asking that question, and it's when they've got bloody like long-term open to short on their profile.
What does that mean?
Exactly. So
we need to reach out to Hinge because what does that even mean? You're honestly just making it harder for all of us, because then it's just something that like guys can come back on and be like,
well, I did put short.
I did put short. Like, okay, but why? Why is that even an option?
But then it's so confusing because I went on a date with someone recently and they had short-term open to long. I normally swipe left on these people, but he replied to one of my it was actually a video. It was like a really good answer. So I was like, okay, fine.
I'll give you a chance.
He was really good. He like asked me out. So I was like, okay, fine. Here we go. Like,
I almost feel like
I'll just ask.
Right.
And then he actually just meant that obviously you'd start short, and then if it was going somewhere, it would be long term.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I almost feel like that is a better answer
it is,
than
I
the
agree.
long term open to
short. Because then that's like, oh, we can give it a go, but actually if it's not
Yeah.
feeling it, then we can just be fuck buddies.
Makes sense to me. Like, just put nothing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You're obviously not looking for anything long.
I think just put one or nothing.
Yeah,
just
I don't
put
have
long
anything.
term or just blank. Yeah, mine's just blank.
I'm scared to put long term on my profile because I'm like,
I
will
do
this
feel
turn
like-
people off? Like,
Yeah,
I just don't know.
I do feel like for women it's good to just leave it blank.
Yeah. Ugh.
But then are we the red flags? I don't know.
I'm
'Cause
like,
when it's
yeah.
blank on other people's, I'm like, oh, suspicious. But figuring out dating goals is an absolute no for me.
Yeah.
No.
I hate that one.
I've never had anyone say that to me in person, but I've heard stories.
I've seen that on Hinge, and I'm like, you're 35 and you're balding. Like, how do you not know yet? Your time is ticking. Shouldn't you know? I don't want to be the one to tell you, buddy. Ooh, that one hurts.
I think that one is just like, yeah, this is not going to be long
it's
term.
like I'm looking for literally nothing.
Yeah.
I
just want to go on dates, I guess.
It's funny you say that because I am 2 weeks sober from Hinge, so I'm like, when I go back, like tomorrow probably or the next day, I'm like, should I be more honest on my profile? Should I put that I'm looking for something long term? But maybe not.
Blank seems to be working for me.
Okay, good to know. When I go back,
I feel like with these profiles, you can just swap them up. Let's like see what works.
So,
you know, have like an answer 1 week, change it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how about where would you like to date?
So I live in North London, but I work in Victoria. And I like where I'm from in Indiana, I'm so used to like everything being 30 minutes away. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not fussed about traveling. So I hate to say like anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just like don't think an hour like traveling in London is
Yeah.
like that long. I feel like it takes an hour to get anywhere. So
No, it kind of does. To
let's
be fair.
keep my options very open, far and wide. But ideally, maybe like north. I mean, it would be nice to live somewhat close. Northern Line.
Anyone on the
cheers.
Northern Line, yeah.
Cheers, mate. Oh,
It's a great accent.
God, I'm trying.
I think it's great when they live close, but you
Yeah,
know,
obviously it would be
the perfect
easier.
person could be an hour away, and I wouldn't cry about it.
Same, and I'm like, aren't we moving every year anyways? Because like rent increases, or maybe that's just
Yeah,
me.
no, you're.
I'm like, I feel like
you're
I'm
right.
moving every year that I've lived in London, and I'm like, I absolutely hate this, but who knows where I could be next year?
Yeah, it's so true. Also, I feel like if you were with someone long term, you'd probably try and move closer anyway.
Yeah,
So
if it works out, then
yeah,
it works out.
it'll be okay.
You can always move. Say you get a different job. Like I
Yeah.
just feel like there's no boundaries for me when it comes to location.
Yeah, nice.
You're welcome, boys.
Yeah, no, I do feel like that's a US trait. You guys do distances so much better than we do. Because
Yeah.
I once heard on a podcast like one girl was driving like 3 hours to go see her boyfriend, and that was just like fine.
Yeah, I'm
And I
like,
was
that's a
like,
day trip.
For us, that's like a holiday.
Okay, yeah, someone told me like I should go to Cornwall, and I'm like, okay, like I'll go for a day, and they're like, what? Like they were shocked. They were
Yeah.
like, that's like 3 to 5 day trip at least.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a day trip for me, honey. Like what? That's so, like yeah, I just don't think of it that way. It's so weird.
It's
But-
I think it's better though, because I think we are a bit restricted when it comes to like
Yeah.
time. It's a bit odd. Anyway, let's move on to acceptance section. Will they be accepting of your flaws and your quirks?
Sad that I don't have any flaws, but here we go.
We can't answer this. First question is, what is your most toxic trait?
So I've gone back and forth on whether I should say this because obviously I'm trying to get a boyfriend, but I would say I am like incapable of going out and like not sending a drunk text.
Oh, fair.
I think drunk texts should be normalized.
I
We
think
should
they're
not
quite
shame
cute.
them.
Like
Yeah, I like
when I receive one, I'm like, that's really sweet that they're out and thinking of me.
Yeah, right. I'm like,
Is that
shouldn't you be
toxic,
thinking
though?
that? Yeah, no, I'm sure it is. But I've never received one, and I'm like, shouldn't I be receiving them? Anyways, I'm like, I send them out of love, and I'm like, I feel
Yeah, it's nice.
like we say like what we're feeling. Like sometimes, like if I'm going out with a guy and I like him, I'll be like super casual, and then I get drunk and I'm like, I'm obsessed with you, and I'm like, oh, I didn't mean to say that, but like honestly, well, I kind of do like you, but that's just how I say it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then other times, yeah, it does fuck me over. I was seeing a guy and he was traveling and I was like so drunk. And I like, before he left, I didn't think that we needed to like talk about exclusivity. Like I was so confident. I just like didn't think we needed to say it, but like obviously I learned a lesson in communication there. Like I'm learning all the time, but I didn't think we needed to say anything. And then I got really drunk at my Halloween party and I asked him like, have you been sleeping with other people since you've been traveling? And he told me yes. And then I just like lost it. I was like saying batshit crazy things. But then I was also saying funny things. And I'm like, can't you see how cute I am? No, I'm just kidding. I'm the problem. But I was like, I hope you get the middle seat on your flight back to London. Like, isn't that funny?
Middle seat.
Because it was like a 15-hour flight.
That's so funny.
Like, how did I come up with that?
The middle
like, blackout drunk. I'm like, yeah.
That's really funny.
But also, I do
it's kind of cute. It's not like
things.
that much of a threat. It's just a bit like, I hope you have some discomfort.
Yeah, no, the threat was the fuck you part. But yeah, I'm just like, again, I just feel like I need somebody that's going to put up with a little bit of my crazy, but like it's all out of love. And I would love it if someone would send me a drunk text every once in a while.
That's why I really like it.
God
like,
forbid.
It doesn't happen that often.
It doesn't. I'm like, how do guys like
not drunk text?
Yeah, have the discipline to not drunk text. I'm like, you really just go out and just like enjoy your surroundings. Couldn't be me. Could not be me. Living in the moment, absolutely not. I'm posting about it.
That's so fair.
But yeah, that's my toxic trait. Like, I just cannot, and I want to so bad, and I'm like, I should definitely learn my lesson. But
yeah. No, it doesn't work though, because so many people have said to me, like, especially when I was younger at uni, I was so bad. And my friends would like take my phone, or like, you know, you could have those like locks on your phone,
done that.
like to like so you couldn't text like certain people. But it doesn't work because you've got to set up the locks, and then when you're drunk, you're really fucking smart. Yeah. You just break through the locks.
You are so smart. I always say, I'm like, I never find like the Instagram DM call like icon or like FaceTime icon on the Instagram DMs until I'm blackout drunk.
And then you can find it.
And I'm like, sober, I would never know how to call someone on Instagram, but when I'm drunk, like, find it in a second.
That's what I mean.
I'm like, hello.
People
call,
are like,
call.
oh, delete the names. You can't find the number. Drunk me can find all these things, and like, or they like put it in the archive folder. That's even easier to find. Right? It's at the top.
Like I even tried like deleting the number everywhere I could, and I gave it to my best friends, and I'm like, you're only allowed to give this to me like if I'm sober and I've thought about it for 48 hours. But like that didn't stop me. I'm like, oh wait, he hasn't blocked me on Twitter yet. Oh, I'm the problem. But like, it's all out of love.
Yeah. Just got a lot of love to give.
Yes.
Yeah.
So much love.
No, but I feel like the right person would think that's adorable. Like I've definitely been with exes before that have like really enjoyed the drunk like texting because like you said, it just shows that you're thinking of them.
Yeah, I'm like, shouldn't you be flattered? And like, also it's me. You should be flattered. One day. Anyways, but that's my toxic trait. I'm gonna try to stop doing it, but I'm also like, I honestly just think it's a part of me. Like, I will drunk text you and say I'm obsessed with you after 3 dates. Like, I'm just very ready, willing, and able.
Yeah. 3 dates
for the right person.
Time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not just for anyone.
Like, I'm only half desperate. Cheers. God.
Okay. And what is the nerdiest thing about you?
So I'm hoping this is nerdy, but I have a monthly like cinema pass.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I just love it. And I actually...
Is that the Odeon? Like,
yeah,
Limitless?
I have it, the recliner Odeon.
Oh my God, I really do want that.
And I just think, also I think it's such a good winter thing for London because like it's dark all the time and there's nothing to do. But I love it. So I always go to the movies by myself.
Same.
Like always.
That's my date tomorrow for me.
Yeah, I'm like, if I don't have anything to do, like I'll just book a movie.
Yeah, I love it.
And I see so many different movies that I never would have seen if I was actually like physically paying for each individual ticket.
That's
like,
so true.
I walked into like, I think it was Godzilla versus Kong the other day because I was like, I'm going to try this out. But I actually thought it was Planet of the Apes. So I wanted to see Planet of the Apes and I walk in and there's like a whole row of like 12-year-olds and I'm like, something's not right. I sit down, like fucking Godzilla's on the screen and I'm like, I can't be doing this. So like I walked out like 30 minutes later, but I didn't feel guilty about doing it. And I tried something new.
Yeah, it's great.
So I got my steps in.
That's so true. You can just like
the
try movies and just leave. Like I've never done that because obviously I've always paid individually. So I've always just sat through it. But you're right. Like
you do have some sort of freedom.
Yeah, you can just
But I love
leave.
it.
That's really nice.
I just love it so much. I'm trying to get all my friends to do it. And yeah, I just like try to get my money's worth so I see all the movies.
I'm desperate to get that pass, but I don't have an Odeon like that near.
Oh yeah,
mine's View, and they don't do like
they don't do
a version. It's really annoying.
I guess one of the reasons that I joined it was because it's like a 20-minute walk for me. So I'm like, I also get out of the house and like physically have to move, which is always nice.
That's what
get
mine
that little
is, like
push.
a 15-minute walk, and it's a really good distance. It's just like, it's so close, but then also it's still like some movement away.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks. I don't do it. Another thing is like,
I'm hoping they'll just introduce it one day.
I'm trying. I am so bad at like knowing actors' names.
Same.
And like,
Totally
I'm not kidding. I could have watched a movie with the same actor like 10 different movies, and I still want to know who it was. Like, put Ryan Gosling in a movie, and I'd be like, wait, who is he again? Like, what's his name? So I like want somebody.
That's literally me.
But then you see other people who like can just name off the most random name, and I'm like, they were in this like one independent film like one time, and I'm like, no, I don't know anybody famous that could be standing in front of me and I would have no idea. So I feel like I need somebody that can like tell me who people are.
Yeah.
And like not hate that I'm asking twice. And I need somebody that will not fall asleep during a movie, for the love of God, because I just love watching movies so much and I don't want someone falling asleep during it.
No.
I need somebody to tell me
not
what's going on.
Not the cinema as well. That's really embarrassing.
Yeah. I've been on dates where I've told people that I have the cinema pass and they just are like, I would never go to the movies by myself. And I'm like,
they're missing out. It's an elite experience.
Like, can you do anything by yourself?
Yeah.
Like, can you cook yourself dinner? Ugh. If I have a Hinge date or something, I feel like I've also like found myself booking movies for that night because I can just like cancel it up to 2 hours before. So I'm like, if they do cancel, I'm not heartbroken because I already have plans.
Yeah. That's so smart. Also, you don't lose money. Like,
yeah, I'm like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. That's so good.
Tips and tricks, guys.
I think I just need to get myself to an Odeon, to be honest. Okay, let's move on to adventure section. First question is, what is your best dating story?
Oh, where do I even start? Okay, so I think Bumble is the worst dating app, which is unfortunate because
interesting.
I feel like they have the best looking men.
I hear that.
So this dating story is from my first and only / last Bumble date I've ever been on because
it was that bad.
I deleted the app after this. It was comical. I'm trying to give like the boring 9-to-5 guys a chance because I'm like, maybe I need something different. I'm usually into like, well, I guess just my past has been, I've always tried to say I like edgy guys, but I'm like, maybe I should give it a rest. Maybe I should find someone with like a real job. Maybe not like a starving artist. I gave it a chance. I matched with this guy that looked very normal. He had a 9-to-5. But I wasn't like that interested. But like I said, I'm trying to give him a chance. So we scheduled a date, and I am like such a beer girl. Like I love beer, and I rarely drink cocktails. But he did not look like a beer guy. So the day of our date, I like joked with my coworkers saying like he's definitely gonna order cocktail, which is like fine if you like cocktails. But I'm like, I just want to like order a beer at a pub on a first date. Like that's just what I want. I get to the pub and he orders us 2 cocktails. And I'm like, oh, here we go. But I'm giving him a chance. Giving him a chance.
What was the cocktail?
It was so bad. Oh my gosh. So there was a menu of cocktails, and I think it was like 2 for $10 or something. Oh, yeah. We were in East Finchley, so it was like so cheap. And I was like, I should go out here more. But yeah, I was shocked. So he gave me the cocktail menu, and he was like, what one do you want? And I was like, oh, I don't know yet. And I was like, let me look. And he's like, he closed his eyes and said, tell me when to stop. And he started like spinning his finger around to like choose.
Oh, so you like cocktail roulette?
Yeah.
I've heard people do that.
And so I said, stop. But like, I think it was like some like off-brand like mojito type thing.
Right, okay.
So we got those. We sit down and I'm like bracing myself like, this is going to be a cocktail night. All right.
So you like cocktails?
I like cocktails. I just like...
You'd rather a bit...
Yeah, So I never drank beer when I lived in the US. And so when I moved to London 3 years ago, I put it on my bucket list. I wanted to be a beer girl.
Yeah.
And like, also side note, everything on my bucket list is achievable. Because I'm like, why would I want something that I can't achieve on there? So I started drinking beer and now I just like love
really
it.
Like it, yeah.
I love like drinking a beer in a pub. Like it's so cozy. I just like, I want to try different beers with people. I just think it's fun.
Yeah.
I would like a cocktail date, but maybe like after we're like dating. Maybe not as a first date.
I get what you mean. I'd rather a pint.
I also just genuinely feel bad when I order cocktails because I'm like, they're so expensive. Like, again, if we don't want to go on the second date, like I feel bad that you just bought me 3 cocktails that are all like 20 pounds a piece. Like I just feel bad. It's like not really like a money thing. It's more of like, I just feel so bad. Like I don't want you to feel like you have to do this for me. But anyways, he ordered the cocktails based on his spinny finger and what I picked. And I was like, we're taking X too seriously. It's fine. Like, give him a chance. So we start drinking the cocktails and I'm trying to get out of my head that this guy is not my type. And I'm just like, maybe it's not that bad. And so at some point we get into like me moving to London and like what London lingo I've started saying and like what I've changed to. And I'm like, oh, I've adjusted pretty well. Like I say football now instead of soccer, like bid instead of trash. And he goes, do you say the W word? And I'm like,
okay.
The W word. What is that? He whispers. Like I'm talking, I barely heard him say wanker. And I said it louder because he like whispered it. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And so I go, wanker.
Yeah.
He gasped. He was like, put his hands in front of his face, started looking around everywhere to make sure no one heard me say it. Like, and I thought, so like where I'm from in the U.S., like no one says like the C word, like the 4 letters. I don't know if I should say it.
Yeah,
the 4-letter
everyone knows what that is. We don't need to say it.
The 4-letter C word, no one says that in the U.S. Like it's really, really bad.
Yeah.
But I feel like everyone here says wanker. Like,
yeah.
I've heard everyone, like this British man just whispered wanker as if he's not allowed to say it.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, like, do you not say it? And he told me no. Like he told me it was a cuss word and he doesn't cuss.
I say it is a swear word, but like not serious as a C word.
Like I asked so many people because I was so worried that like maybe like I was wrong and like I thought wanker was just something that everybody said, but maybe it's like the C word in the US. Like
no.
You don't say it here, because if I heard somebody on a first date say the C word in the US, I would gasp as well.
Yeah.
And like look and be like, oh my God. But he said this and I'm just like, ooh, vibes immediately shifted. Like I was like kind of getting interested. I was like, maybe I'd go on a second date, and then the wanker moment happened. And I was like, okay, I need to go to the toilet and reassess. Or like I need to assess.
Just like gather thoughts.
Yeah, like I need to go to the toilet. I need to assess what just happened. So I go to the toilet, look at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, what in tarnation is going on? I pee, I go back out, and like I said, like vibes were just off after I said the W word. Like immediately it was like a light switch. Like he was not interested anymore, and I was like, this is so awkward. So I come out of the toilet, I walk back over to him, and I think he said like, oh, like you ready to head? And I like didn't even sit down. I was like, yeah, maybe it's time. So we walk out of the pub. He is like, I'm behind him. He has like one step. He has like one step out the door as he's like turning around at the same time because I'm behind him. Mm-hmm. And the first thing he says after we walk out of the pub is, I think you're really hot, but like we're not compatible.
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, no shit. 1, 2, a rejection text would have been nice. Like it would have been easier. Okay. So I just kind of like pretend I didn't hear it. I'm like, oh, okay. Like I think I'm going to head this way. And he's like, I can wait by the bus stop like until your bus comes. And I'm like, no. I think I'm just going to walk.
Yeah,
like clear my head a bit. So that day ended that way. Like I said the word wanker and he turned him off, fortunately. So then I get home and he like messaged me on Instagram because that's where we like were messaging at after Bumble. And he messaged me, asked if I got home. I said yes. And then he told me, I think you're hilarious, by the way. You should really watch Ted Lasso because you're basically him. And I'm like, what? Again, what in tarnation is going on? Like, what is my life? So I'm like, thanks.
Thank you.
Then in my head, I'm like, maybe we can be friends. Like, maybe we can be friends.
Yeah.
But then he removed me as a follower on Instagram and he unfollowed me. And this was in February. And still to this day, what is it, like mid-June, still watches all my Instagram stories.
Ooh, wait, but he doesn't follow you?
He doesn't follow me and he removed me as a follower.
So he has to like literally go search for you?
He searches for me.
That's
he watches
so
all my Instagram stories.
So weird. Why do they do that? I don't get it.
I don't know, but I asked literally everyone because
I felt a bit bad for you because you didn't really know that you like panicked probably thinking that was a really bad word.
Yeah, I was like, what is going on? And I asked so many people, like, is wanker a bad word? Like, I had a date in because I said the W word. And they were like, everyone was more shocked I found a British man that wouldn't say the word wanker.
Yeah, again, I feel like it's a much more male thing to say.
Like, they were like, I'm shocked that someone that's British is not saying it. My friends, they're like, just block him. And I'm like, honestly, like, I love my fans. So just come on, come all. Just let them keep watching him.
Also, like, it's not harming you. Like, it's just weird.
I was giving you a chance, buddy.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And what is the award you should be nominated for?
I think I should be nominated for an award of I am notorious for always losing every battle and winning every war. Like,
okay.
I feel like if it weren't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. Like, I lose every battle, but like I win every single war, and I don't know how. It's like one of those things where like I could be worried sick about something and I know it's gonna go wrong, but like I don't actually like worry that much because like I know I'm gonna win the war.
That's cool.
So it's like I don't even know how to explain it, but my friends will vouch for me. Like every time something happens in my life, they like stop in their tracks and they're like, how the fuck, like how did you just lose this battle and then win this war?
Just things like work out.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like you kind of just like you can't even make plans. Like things just happen how they happen, and like usually the outcome is always good for you. Like for example, as like a gift to myself, whenever like I graduated my undergrad, I went to a 2-month backpacking trip through Europe.
Okay.
Like with my boyfriend at the time.
Oh, right.
And so I graduated, and then the next day I flew out to London, and then I was in London for like 3 days, and he broke up with me. In London, no. And we still had like 2 months together to like backpack through Europe, and I'm like, yo, like I had to go to the city of love, like I had to go to Paris with my ex-boyfriend that had just broken up with me. I'm like, yo, couldn't have waited until after.
Yeah, why did he have to do it the first like 3 days?
Do men have
did
brains?
He not want to go home?
I don't know. Yeah,
so he stayed.
Well, this was the first time I had ever like solo traveled, so I like begged him to stay.
Right.
And it was like so tricky because we had like booked every Airbnb together, like all this stuff. Like completely broke my heart. And
oh my gosh,
it's so weird when it happens too. It's just like you just so don't expect it. Like I was so blindsided.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
Well, yeah, you were just about to start a 2-month trip.
Yeah, I'm like I just graduated like university. I was like, my life is just supposed to start, and then it just all came crashing down. But yeah, it's like funny because like that happened, and I loved London when I visited, but obviously it was kind of overshadowed.
Yeah.
But I never ever thought that I would end up living here. It was just like one of those things. I just did like a summer in Europe, and so then I had to move back home because I didn't have a job lined up, because we were both gonna like move to LA and like search for a job there, because it's like entertainment wise you kind of have to be on the spot. Like when you're there you can't really apply at like out of state, or
because they want to like meet you.
Yeah, they want to meet you, and it's like they hire so quickly.
Right.
Like they need you on set tomorrow or something like that. So I didn't have a job lined up, so I had to move back home, and I'm like one of those people that no one ever thought would like stay in their hometown. So it was like devastating for me. But I got a job there because I had to. And then, so I kind of like graduated into COVID. So I was there at my job that I got in Indiana, like my hometown. I was there for 6 months, and then COVID happened. So I got laid off. And I was like such a career like corporate climber. Like I did every internship in college. Like I like worked my ass off to like be a career girl, and then I just like lost it in a second.
Yeah,
so I like
so sad.
Like that sucked. So like I lost my job. No one ever thought that would ever happen to me. Like I was so career oriented, but then because of that, like I ended up moving to London. So it's like so weird. I like. Had I not lost my job, I wouldn't be here today. So, like, 3 years later, I look back, and, like, even though that was, like, the lowest point in my life ever, like, I've never been so low than the day I lost my job, or, like, that time period. I'm, like, now I look back, and I'm, like, oh, my God, like, if I wouldn't have gotten fired, I probably would have stayed in that job forever.
Yeah.
Not fired, sorry. I should say laid off.
No, yeah.
Like, everyone in my company did, which is so embarrassing and hard to accept, but, like, everybody gets laid off. But, it's so weird because I'm like, I lost the battle, but then like I won the war. And now I'm in London, and like I lost the battle. Like my boyfriend broke up with me, but now I like live in London, and he's like calling me, leaving me voicemails like after he broke up with me, like begging for me back. And I'm like, I am like just like so not even that girl anymore. And like I think things end for reasons, and like doors shut, and like I learned so much from that relationship. But it's just like I don't know what it is. Another lose the battle, win the war. I just don't know how it happens to me. So
you're a perfect example of like everything happens for a reason. Yeah. And it might seem really shit in the moment, but it's like getting you on the journey that you were supposed to do.
It's like you look back and you're like, I'm so happy that everything happened like to me almost. Like all
those like terrible things,
Like I don't know, it's just like everything is just like dominoes. Like I feel like it kind of has taught me like I don't even really have to worry in a weird way, even though like shitty things can happen.
Yeah, it's a nicer way to live though, just kind of be relaxed about it.
Lose a battle, win the war. I think it's a great mindset to have. Just keep thinking that way.
It's your award. Okay, affection section. You have picked, what is your biggest ick?
Oh yes, I'm like so passionate about this. I do think that we take icks too seriously sometimes, and I really try to be mindful of that. However, if you don't like spicy foods, don't talk to me. No, I'm just kidding. But I just think like grow up. Like, you don't like spicy food. And I think a lot of that has come from, I do feel like when anything says here that, like in the UK, that it's spicy or like has jalapeno in the name, I always think that it's not spicy. Like, I just feel like nothing is spicy in this country.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know I'm hating on it. I'm not meaning to. But I feel like I'm single-handedly keeping like Frank's Red Hot sauce on the shelves in this country because I go through like a bottle a week. Like, I'm putting hot
really
sauce on
spicy.
everything.
Yeah.
And I like want to bond over that. And I'm like, if we can't like go in about how we both need hot sauce, then maybe this won't work because
that's really funny.
I need you to know that it's important. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know how people don't like spicy things. Like, what a boring way to live.
I can't have like something that's like so hot it makes you like cry.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
yeah. I'm not trying to sweat. Actually, the other day I ordered a green curry. What is it? Green curry? Green chicken curry? I don't know. Do they add chicken in there?
Yeah, Thai green curry.
Okay, that's what I ordered that for lunch at work. And I don't know, I was having a weak moment. I started sweating a bit.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys,
that's not nice.
What did I do?
Yeah.
I don't remember green curry being this spicy. I underestimated it for
Have
sure.
you been to Nando's?
Yes.
What spice level are you?
I love this question.
Pariometer.
I do love this.
You must be an extra hot, surely.
It depends if I'm in public or if I'm ordering at home.
Interesting.
I'm not trying to die in public, but so when I'm in public, I get medium.
Okay,
but if I'm ordering
medium.
it to my house, I would get like hot.
Okay.
Because I'm like, I can die like in peace.
Yeah.
Not in front of everyone, like sweat, but. You know, I like a little bit of a challenge. So I do enjoy
That's
the hot.
That's so funny, yes.
I don't feel like there's much difference between the hot and the medium, but like there is enough to like I would eat one in public and I would eat one not in public behind closed doors. Essentially.
Have you ever
I
tried
wouldn't
the
order
extra
hot at work for lunch.
Yeah.
No, should I?
I don't know. I don't know how
that.
much difference there is. There's no chance I'm trying it. So I've tried hot. It was okay.
So what is the one that's not even on the hot scale? Is it lemon and lemongrass?
Oh yeah. Lemon and herb.
Lemon and herb.
And then there's a mango one as well. Like.
Okay, yeah. If you get the lemon one, just like again, don't talk to me. That's so boring.
Yeah.
Like
that's what I got as a child, like as a kid.
Yeah.
Obviously,
exactly. That's why I
like,
keep saying like you don't like hot food. Grow up. Like, are you 12? You're getting the
mango
lemon
and lime. I think is the other one. But yeah.
I do love a Nando's.
I'm an adult now. I get a medium.
Good.
And I'm happy with that.
Yeah. We're all growing.
I feel proud about my medium order.
Older, wiser. Yeah, medium's like you can tell people that. It's not embarrassing.
Yeah, I'm happy to order that in front of people.
Yeah.
But a mango and lime or lemon and herb. I think lemon and herb is like the very lowest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't even a spice. This is a fruit. Lemon? Okay.
I'm going to play your bestie Rex, your friend's recommendation.
My absolutely beautiful best friend is someone everyone is lucky to know. She's truly one of the most loyal people, and she loves so deeply. I know if I need something, she's always going to be there for me. She's also supportive to a fault, though. She has literally sat and let an old friend's bad music play on repeat so that there would be streams. While this is the case, she's also very blunt and typically won't let you make a bad decision. I say typically won't let you because if you give her a few shots, then she might end up being the one pushing you to do something crazy. I've known her to randomly book flights for a couple days, trip while drunk, and then scramble to make it happen. She's the type of amazing person who can move abroad alone and end up thriving. But if my friend didn't have bad luck, I would almost say she didn't have luck at all. But what you'll quickly learn about her is that she might lose the battle, but she'll always win the war in her life. If you can look past her new hobby of running and the amount of spaghetti she eats, she'll truly make your life better. There's never a dull moment with her around, and I can guarantee that she'll have you laughing and that you will have the absolute best time with her.
Oh my god, I'm literally so dead because all of those are like so key. I could cry. Okay, so I had an ex-boyfriend that tried to be a SoundCloud rapper, and
no,
he would like break up with me if he would release an album and like it didn't do good on SoundCloud. So I would sit there, and when he would release a song, I would press play.
And I would just repeat.
And I would just keep pressing play.
Wow.
Because I didn't want him to feel bad that no one was listening to it. Like, I just...
And does it count, like, every time you play?
So if you, like, play it for a certain amount of seconds, it will count as play.
Oh,
and so I'd literally go through and I would, like, press play on each one.
Also, how toxic that he'd break up with you.
I know!
Over his shit music.
Oh, but, like, I look back at, like, younger me and I'm like, oh my gosh, like...
Yeah,
I do feel sad. Like I do just like want like to help. So not help. Oh my god, I love a fixer upper. No, I'm just kidding. I do just like want to love somebody like that. Like I feel like that is how I love. Like I'm like.
No, that's so sweet. If someone did that for my podcast, I'd like think that was
right?
really
It's like
adorable.
imagine if you get a bunch of views. I mean, it's not organic, but it's a
yeah.
view.
But like you know what? I think especially in the early days, yeah. If my partner did that and just sat and like listened to it like on repeat, that would be really cute.
Oh, it's like we look back and we're like, why did I do that? But yeah, oh my god. And then I booked a flight to Copenhagen once with a guy I went on a first date with.
That's so funny. It's in here, so not in the States, right?
Yeah, here. I went on a first date with a guy like over Easter weekend.
That's kind of fun. I kind of love that.
And we were talking about how I want to go to like 30 different countries before I turn 30.
Oh, cute.
And he was like, oh my gosh, like I'm on 29 and I turned 30 in June. And he was like,
need another one.
Yeah, he was like, I need another one. I'm like, should we go somewhere like like next weekend? And we literally booked a flight to Copenhagen.
And you went?
I didn't go because I had a flight booked to Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh.
For my best friend's bachelorette party, like her Hindu.
Oh.
And I was like, I couldn't have even gone anyways. I was drunk. I was just drunk and I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Oh no.
But it's probably the
Did he go?
beginning of the end. So he actually did end up going.
Oh,
and he got his 30th country before he turned 30.
That's cute.
Because of me.
At least he went.
Look how inspiring I am. But yeah, I was like, why did I do that? And I like I lost money like canceling it, but I was like, I'm so sorry. Like I cannot go. Like I have to go to Nashville.
That's fair. At least you told him. You shouldn't just like not show up on the day.
It was one of those things you wake up the next morning and you're like,
why did I do that?
The intentions were there. The execution, not so much. And sorry, screw you, Kelly, about the spaghetti thing. I am on my journey to being a chef and a housewife. So, no, I really am actually trying to cook. But
no, same. It's my journey as well.
I did have a spaghetti phase, though.
Yeah.
Don't we all?
I think we all do have a pasta phase.
Yeah. I never really liked it before.
I haven't had it, genuinely, haven't made it in months, and I'm really proud of myself.
Good. Yeah,
I've
honestly,
been getting these HelloFresh, you know, the food delivery services,
like
try and like spice up my repertoire.
I think it does just like help you figure out what goes in
no,
what
I can
and
actually,
how to cook it.
Like it sounds ridiculous. What did I learn the other day? Oh, I learned how to actually cook halloumi properly because it told me like you have to soak it in the water and then like pat it down.
Yeah.
And I've never done that, and then all the water didn't go in the pan, and I was like. Oh. I can't believe I never knew that.
See, I feel like it's almost just like, it's not like we can't cook. We just like actually need to sit down and follow instructions on how to do it. And it's out there,
like,
but it's
random
just,
things
so
like
work.
halloumi. Like obviously I'd never look up how to cook halloumi because it seems really straightforward.
Like I didn't know you could zest a lime until I saw it on a gusto
recipe
once. I'm like, people do this?
Yeah.
This is hard. But yeah, I just made a casserole like actually Sunday. I made a casserole for the first time for like my lunches meal preps this week.
That.
And I'm like, I really like cooking, and like I do want to like get married and have kids one day, and I'm like, they can't be eating spaghetti every day like I'm doing. Like it's okay for me right now, but I am trying to grow in that department.
No, me too.
Actively.
I actually got told I was a red flag for not like cooking. I know how.
Okay, well the guy should cook.
That's what I said. I was like, he really enjoyed it, so I was like, I don't really see the problem.
I would love to find somebody that could cook instead of me, but I'm like also just trying to.
That was on my podcast episode. I was like, any budding chefs out there?
Yes,
I'll do the dishes. Like
yes,
so happy with that. But no, I agree. I do think it's like important to learn, and I like food. Like I enjoy eating food, so it's a bit of a weird disconnect for me, but. Yeah.
I feel like it's also just like I'm trying new foods. Like ever since I moved here, I'm just like trying so many new things, and it's nice to like learn how to cook it because then I can try it. I don't know.
What do you want to do? A one-word review or a short summary as to why someone should date you?
It's actually so funny because I think I was gonna say like the things that my friend Kelly said. I like actually had like loyal in my little summary. You should date me because I would love to have a boyfriend that my best friends Jade, Kelly, and Mariah approved of, because your friends always know. Your friends always know. So
I love you give them their full names.
Yeah, they were like
the board of directors, as I like to call them.
I was like, I had to name drop the board of the directors, first and last. Maybe we should cut out the last. I don't know if they want to be associated with me. Sorry, guys.
We can bleep them out.
Yeah, bleep
the surnames. Yeah,
bleep. You didn't hear that. Okay. Maybe
cool.
That's it.
Awesome. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Cheers, mate.
You love saying that.
I know, I should stop saying it. It's like it's an addiction. I actually thought about getting a tattoo of it. And I was like, is that too far?
No, that's too far.
I should get a tattoo of it when I stop saying it. Again, growth. Everything's about growth for me.
You could look quite cute as a little like.
I have one here.
Yeah, on your arm. I quite like that.
I would love one like back here.
Yeah, get cheers, mate. There.
That's why I drink
with
beer
a little
now.
pint.
So I can cheers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm such a fun girl.
So if you want a slice of fun in your dating life, you know what to do. DM the podcast on Instagram @SingleSounds to get her details and go on potentially the funnest date of your life. No pressure on my guest, but I know she'll be fab. Or you can email the podcast, singlesoundspodcast@gmail.com. Thanks so much for listening, and hopefully I'll see you at the live show next week where we can celebrate all things single and single sounds. Next week, I'll be back with an expert episode. Myself and Daisy Bell answer all your dating dilemmas and questions. So really excited to share that and for you to hear all our answers. Have a great week, guys. Bye.